Am I the asshole for reducing my parents' allowance by whatever amount they share with my siblings? My parents live in a less developed country than I do. My siblings and I all live in North America or Europe. When I got my new job, I did my budget and saw that I could send home roughly $1,300 a month without it affecting my personal comfort. I would still be able to save for my future and my mom and dad could retire. So when I was home, I set up a joint account for us. That way I could see if they needed more and make sure that they were not getting scammed or anything. After about a year and a half, I started noticing that there was a $200 transfer every month. I asked them about it and they said my brother was having difficulties with his budget, so they were helping him out. My brother doesn't need help. He is a scholarship student. He actually receives a stipend from my home government to study abroad. What he wants is money to party. So I reduced the amount I give them by $200. Obviously, they do not need it if they can afford to give it away every month. My mom called me when she noticed and was yelling at me for being a crappy daughter and sister. I asked her to tell me exactly how much money they contributed to my party fund when I was away for school. Just so you know, the answer is $0. They also tried to talk me out of attending university in Canada. I'm not sure how common the idea of filial piety is in other cultures, but it's a big deal in mine. She went off about it. I told her that they didn't need the money and I had better ways to spend $200 than to gift it to my brother so he could get drunk with his friends more. She said that I am treating them like children by restricting how they spend their money. I replied that I was not going to subsidize my brother through them, and that from now on the amount they got from me would be $1,100, and that if they sent him money again, I would know and reduce their money by that amount going forward. My brother called to bitch me out about cutting off his money from our parents. I said that I hadn't. He was welcome to tell our parents to go back to back-breaking jobs at their age to pay for his partying in London. Then they would have my money to live off of and their wages to pay for his drinking. My boyfriend is on my side, as are many of my friends. Most of my family and people from my culture think I am being an asshole. However, for the last 2 months, my parents have only been spending on themselves.
I really want to know what culture this is. Well, I've known a lot of people like this who just send money back to their families, and I don't agree with that.
Like, it's really kind for this girl to do it so that her parents can retire, right? Like, they would not be able to retire without her. But if they're willing to be like, yeah, $200 a month or whatever it was, $200 out of that amount, yeah, give it to our son. It's like, that's just stupid. You should not be giving away other people's money. Like, I feel like if somebody's giving you money, like, you have the duty to do what's right by it. Like, if somebody's giving you money and you went and gambled, like, you're a piece of shit. If you
Yeah.
took somebody's money so that you can retire and you're using it to give it to somebody else that doesn't need it, you're the asshole. Like, you should be doing right by somebody else's money. Like, sure, it's your money now, and as soon as you give it away, it's not yours anymore. But then that's exactly why they're reducing it, because they don't want $200 to be going to their brother when
Mm-hmm.
he does not need it. And she's like, I can do so much more with that. I could be saving
Right.
more money. I could be doing a lot with that extra little bit of money.
Yeah.
Like, if anything, the brother should be sending their parents money, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So,
Exactly.
she's definitely not the asshole.
Definitely not the asshole. Yeah.
Like, no.
I would say like, oh well, you obviously don't appreciate the money I'm sending you, so you're not gonna get any more money. Like that's what I would do.
I like the reducing it because then it's like,
Yeah.
it's just, because she's not the asshole then.
Yeah.
You know what I
It's
mean?
true.
Like, her family cannot say that she's an asshole because she's still giving them money.
Everything
She's
they need.
still helping them out.
Yeah.
Um,
It's kind of crazy that the parents can't see through the brothers' like lies.
yeah. Everyone is pretty much saying not the asshole. Someone asked, I guess, where she was in the sibling lineup. And she said, I'm not the oldest. I have two older sisters. They are both married and popping out kids, whom I love.
Mm.
So basically saying she's probably the only one that can give the money.
Probably a middle child.
She also said, my dad is 67 and my mom is 58. My brother is 18.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, technically, her mom could still be working. Like,
Yeah.
58 is not that old.
Yeah.
Like, should we be able to retire at 50 something? Sure.
Yeah.
But she didn't set herself up to be retired at that time. So,
Right.
OP also said, my parents arranged them to get married. Not really an arrangement, more like lots of pressure. My parents used up their savings for IVF to get a son when my mom was like 40. I have a degree from a great school and I think a fantastic future. So she basically she used all their money to get the son that they're probably giving the money to.
The son is just a black hole of money.
And like, oh yeah, you had $3, and at 40 you're like, no, I need a son.
Yeah. I already don't respect the parents because it's pretty clear they're like, we need a son.
Like that makes sense why they're giving him everything.
Mm-hmm. How are you going to carry on the family name? And it's like, honestly, the family name is dirt poor. Then
Also, if you like maybe treat your daughters better, then they would want to keep their name and carry it on that way.
right? I feel like this is not in their comprehension.
I think definitely not the asshole, and I
Yeah.
feel like we can go to the next one.